Hibs manager Alec Miller has seen at first-hand the firepower of Anderlecht. Last season they reached the semi-final stages of the European Cup. Now a side full of internationalists are among the favourites in the UEFA competition.
They've got good passers within their team. They've got front players that have great movement and a very good technical side. They play a passing game, and they don't change really for anybody. They keep at their passes, and they're a very good side.
2 campaigns ago, Hibs went out to another Belgian outfit, FC Liège. The Anderlecht threat will prove just as direct.
The important thing from our point of view is we don't let them upset us or base our tactics on what they can do. We do what we can do ourselves, and that's an important thing, especially Easter Road, to be positive and take the game to them without losing a goal at the back.
Warning last weekend of the firepower of UEFA Cup opponents Anderlecht as the Belgian side hit FC Liège for 6. Anderlecht's record this season couldn't be more impressive. Played 6, won 6, and sitting clear at the top of the Belgian table. But Hibs are well aware what they're up against. The management quartet of Alec Miller, Murdo Macleod, Andy Watson and Martin Ferguson have all watched Anderlecht in action. The homework's been done, and Hibs are satisfied the Belgians are not invincible.
They're a very impressive side. They're a good passing side, great technical ability, and players in certain areas that will be influential for them.
Would you reckon you've drawn the hardest team of all the Scottish clubs?
I would definitely say yes.
Last season, Anderlecht made it into the semi-final series of the European Cup, beating the then champions Red Star Belgrade in the process. The Brussels club have a number of players who regularly find the net, but this man, Marc de Grise, is probably the most lethal.
In the last 12 years or so, they've won a European trophy maybe 4 times in the last 12 years. So it shows the calibre of side they are, but we don't fear them. We hopefully can pose them problems in Edinburgh. I'm sure my players will thrive on the occasion of playing against a quality side and hopefully acquit themselves well.
The task facing Hibs is daunting. Anderlecht are one of Europe's best, but the Easter Road side is relishing the challenge.
Oh, it's a great feeling. After Saturday, we're preparing for Celtic, but after that, yes, we will prepare properly for Anderlecht, and it is a great feeling.
Like a return game against Anderlecht, or not in the case of Michael Weir. Sent off in the 2-2 game, he'll have to sit it out this time. He'll be missed. The pint-sized striker played a big part in the Hibs revival last season, but he's part of an overall master plan at Easter Road to stay amongst the top flight in Europe.
It's always the same, you know, once you get success, it's very hard to stay there. But that's what we're hoping to do. We're just hoping to get a level keel that we can maybe get in Europe every season, and that's what other players want to head for. And myself, it's just unfortunate I can't play in the second leg, but all the hard work that we've done last season, I'm going to miss the second leg, but I would go through it all again just to get back in it.
Hibs did manage to create some chances against Dundee, but they were few and far between. Manager Alex Miller said later that he would have left early had he not been in charge of one of the teams. It was all a far cry from the club's performance immediately before the first leg tie with Anderlecht, a 3-2 win at Parkhead. Hibs start tomorrow's game as complete underdogs, but the players might just relish the challenge.
Today is the least amount of chances we've ever created this season. Even last week against Airdrie we made so many chances and we didn't take them. This week I think we only maybe 2 chances. So it's a wee bit worrying going into such an important game.
Nobody's going to give you any chance now. Maybe that might help.
Obviously it will help, but I don't think anybody's give us a chance anyway. But there's 13 guys that's going to be stripped for the game, and they're all desperate to play, and they'll do their best.
Anderlecht in the white jerseys here lost 5-2 in a Belgian league match on Friday. Hibs have proved they can score goals against them already. What they have to do now is score at least once without conceding.
Hibs can count themselves unfortunate not to be in Friday's second round draw after last night's exit from the UEFA Cup on the away goals rule. A 2-2 draw at Easter Road meant Hibs needed a clear victory over Anderlecht, but despite scoring, it wasn't to be.
With just 5 minutes on the clock last night, Anderlecht were 3-2 up on aggregate. The Hibs defence caught square and John Burridge called into action to pick the ball out of the net. 10 minutes later, Hibs were level. Anderlecht failed to clear properly. Joe Tortolano sends the ball back into the box, And when it eventually falls to Darren Jackson, it's 1-1. A great strike by Jackson, but 1-1 it stayed. Hibs are out.
The other.
The crack Belgian side looked to have booked their place in the next round after only 4 minutes. A Luke Nilles strike flew past John Burridge for a 3-2 lead overall. But with a quarter of an hour completed, Alec Miller's side were level again. Brian Hamilton foraging his way into the danger area. Darren Jackson on the end of his cross. All square again, and the former Dundee United striker was only a few feet away from a second. Tortolano's cross, Jackson with a touch just wide. Missed chances too at the other end. At 3-3, the Belgians stood to go through on the away goals ruling, but they desperately pushed for an outright winner. These frantic moments in the Hibs defence. Eventually, and ironically, it was to be played away, very coolly indeed. But 1-1 it finished, Hibs out of Europe after a valiant attempt to stay within its UEFA Cup boundaries.